The Mitsubishi Mirage is one of the cheapest cars on the market, and it feels every bit as cheap as its price suggests. The tiny, underpowered engine makes highway driving a terrifying experience, as merging and overtaking require a prayer and a long stretch of road. The interior is Spartan, filled with low-quality plastics and minimal features, making even basic commuting feel unpleasant. The ride quality is harsh and road noise is excessive, making long drives miserable. While the fuel economy is excellent, that's about the only thing the Mirage has going for it. Safety features are minimal, crash test ratings are unimpressive, and Mitsubishi's dwindling presence in the US means long-term support is questionable. For just a little more money, buyers can find far better options in the subcompact segment. The GMC Sierra 1500 might seem like a solid choice for a full-size truck, but it falls short in key areas. Despite its bold styling and high price tag, the Sierra suffers from major reliability issues, particularly with its transmission and electronics. The 8-speed automatic transmission has been a persistent problem, with reports of rough shifting, hesitation, and outright failures. Interior quality is another letdown as GMC markets itself as a premium truck brand, yet the cabin materials and build quality often feel subpar compared to Ford and Ram. Fuel economy is poor, and towing capability, while decent, doesn't justify the truck's high price. Considering the competition offers better reliability, performance, and features, the Sierra 1500 simply doesn't justify its cost. The Fiat 500L is a rolling disaster in every possible way. Fiat's reputation for poor reliability is well earned, and the 500L might be the worst offender in their lineup. The driving experience is dreadful, with sluggish acceleration, a clunky transmission, and a ride that somehow manages to be both too stiff and too floaty at the same time. The interior is cramped and filled with cheap materials, making it feel like a budget rental car rather than a proper hatchback. The infotainment system is outdated, and Fiat's dealership network is weak, meaning service and parts availability can be a nightmare. On top of that, resale value is abysmal. Good luck finding a buyer when you're ready to get rid of it. The Range Rover is synonymous with luxury, but it's also notorious for its appalling reliability. Buying a new Range Rover is essentially signing up for a long-term battle with the service department. Electrical issues, air suspension failures, engine troubles, these are all common complaints from Range Rover owners. The cost of repairs is staggering, and even routine maintenance is far more expensive than competitors. Depreciation is another killer, as used Range Rovers lose value at an alarming rate. While the plush interior and off-road capabilities are impressive, the constant breakdowns and exorbitant ownership costs make this one of the worst luxury SUVs to buy. The Volkswagen Jetta used to be a solid choice for an affordable sedan, but in recent years it has lost its appeal. Volkswagen's spotty reliability record continues to haunt the Jetta, with reports of electrical gremlins, turbocharger failures, and transmission problems. The interior, once a strong selling point, now feels cheap and uninspired, with cost-cutting measures evident throughout the cabin. Performance is lackluster, and while the fuel economy is decent, it doesn't make up for the Jetta's uninspiring driving dynamics. Volkswagen's customer service and warranty support also leave much to be desired, making problems even more frustrating to resolve. In a market filled with reliable and refined compact sedans, the Jetta simply doesn't stand out anymore. The Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid sounds great on paper, a fuel-efficient minivan with a plug-in hybrid system, but in practice, it's a nightmare to own. Chrysler has long struggled with reliability, and the Pacifica Hybrid is one of the worst offenders. Owners frequently report battery failures, charging issues, and constant warning lights that make the ownership experience stressful. The transmission is another weak point, with complaints of rough shifting and early failures. Chrysler's dealer network doesn't inspire confidence either, as many service centers seem ill-equipped to handle the hybrid system's quirks. Given that minivans are meant to be reliable family haulers, the Pacifica Hybrid's frequent breakdowns make it a terrible choice for parents who need dependability above all else. The Nissan Frontier is outdated in every way that matters. While Nissan finally gave it a refresh after over a decade of neglect, the new model still lags behind competitors. The interior feels like a throwback to the early 2000s, with cheap materials and an uninspired design. Fuel economy is unimpressive for a mid-size truck, and the ride quality is rough compared to segment leaders like the Toyota Tacoma or Ford Ranger. Reliability is hit or miss, with older Frontiers proving durable but newer models suffering from transmission and electrical issues. The towing capacity isn't class-leading, and the overall driving experience feels unrefined. If you're looking for a mid-sized truck, there are simply better choices available. The Jaguar F-Pace looks stylish and luxurious, but don't be fooled. The ownership experience is far from premium. Jaguar has a well-documented history of reliability issues, and the F-Pace is no exception. Owners frequently report electrical problems, transmission failures, and infotainment system glitches that turn the driving experience into a frustrating ordeal. The cost of repairs is astronomical, with even basic maintenance often requiring specialized service that comes at a premium. Resale value is another major issue. Jaguars depreciate faster than most luxury brands, meaning you'll take a financial hit when it comes time to sell. While it may turn heads with its sleek design, the reality of owning an F-Pace is far less glamorous. The Jeep Wrangler is an off-road icon, but that doesn't mean it's a good buy. For daily driving, it's one of the worst choices available. The ride quality is terrible, with a stiff suspension that makes every bump feel like an earthquake. The fuel economy is dismal, even with modern updates, and the aerodynamics are non-existent, making highway driving a noisy, exhausting experience. Then there's the reliability, or lack thereof. Jeep consistently ranks near the bottom in dependability ratings, with Wranglers suffering from electrical issues, leaks, and transmission failures. The removable roof and doors seem fun in theory, but contribute to poor insulation and constant road noise. As an off-road toy, it's fantastic. But for most buyers who need a reliable daily driver, it's an overpriced, impractical headache. The Rivian R1T, for all its innovation and promise, struggles with fundamental issues that make it a poor purchase. First and foremost, reliability concerns plague early adopters. Rivian, as a relatively new automaker, has limited real-world data on long-term durability, and early reports suggest various software glitches and build quality inconsistencies. The charging infrastructure, while improving, still lags behind Tesla's supercharger network, making long trips a gamble. The R1T's repair network is sparse, meaning that even minor issues can turn into major headaches if service centers aren't nearby. Add to that its steep price tag, and buyers are essentially paying a premium for a vehicle that, while technologically impressive, remains unproven in the long run.